As we mark the 62nd year of OAU African Union, is it fulfilling the vision of our forefathers?
Even if in some country like Ethiopia there never was colonization, effective colonization.
What does the revolution in Burkina Faso mean for Africa's fight?
Long time ago, to use proxy for destabilize this region.
What kind of future do you see for Africa?
We need to fight.
There's more fighting. This is your Pan-African show called AfreeQa with your host Qetselawork. Well, we come to the 62nd Africa Day, and today we actually got the pleasure of having a guest that we had before. I'm honored to speak with the revolutionary Pan-Africanist Kemi Seba, who is in town for Africa Day. So I say welcome.
Thank you very much, dear Queen and dear sister.
So now that it's Africa Day, and it's the 62nd since we've actually started the organization of African Unity /AU, as we mark the 62nd year of OAU African Union, is it fulfilling the vision of our forefathers?
First of all, I think that it's very important to tell in front of all the people we will see this show that it's a blessing for me to be in front of you. You are a very important journalist in the Pan-Africanist world, and you are a rare journalist who understood the necessity long time ago to spread Pan-Africanism on the television. So it's not possible for me to talk about all the issues of today without start with these words.
Thank you.
After that, I think that there is so much things to say about Africa Day, and in reality, African Liberation Day.
Yeah.
I don't know why they want to delay it, move the word liberation, because unfortunately in the 21st century, liberation is still an issue for all our people.
Yes.
Even if in some country like Ethiopia there never was colonization, effective colonization, it's true, but there was some kind of occupation. And in this 21st century, I can say, and I think that there is some kind of manipulation from Western world to try to divide and conquer the country of Ethiopia, divide the population, divide the tribe. And I think that it's very important to share this point of view in my mind. After that, I think that African Liberation Day is today probably more important than it was at the beginning. Because, you know, globalization gives the feeling to many people that it was freedom. But behind the window of globalization, there is in reality the situation of neocolonization. In some part of the continent, there is a revolution that we try to put on the table. Some of us without propaganda, some other with propaganda. The reality is we try to fight against an unjust system, neoliberalist system, and African Liberation Day is a very important situation and moment for all of us. Not only for commemorate the founding fathers of the organization of the African Union or African Unity, but for understand the deep feeling and the roots of the Pan-Africanism in reality.
Now, since the last time me and you sat down to talk, Africa's gone through so much, right? So, of course, Burkina Faso being on my heart right now, and everybody.
I think every black people in the world, and we could talk about that after with pleasure.
Yes. What does the revolution in Burkina Faso mean for Africa's fight against neocolonialism?
if you give me the possibility, because we cannot speak about Burkina Faso. I know that in English worlds, there is a lot of, I can say like that, social engineering, because I think that it's exactly what's happened. And it's a good game. You know, there is a war and battle between America and Russia.
Yeah.
That's the reality.
Bottom line.
And, you know, there was Uncle Tom, I think we can call him like that, the commander-in-chief of AfreeQa, Mr. Langley, who denounced the fact that the president of Burkina Faso pay with the gold of Burkina Faso the Russian forces around him who protect him. And the fact is, the Russian service of communication took this opportunity for spread a war against America and put the solid figure of my brother Ibrahim Traore for trying to show the revolutionary mindset of the new generation of Africa. But if we want to be scientists on this way, the revolution will happen in the Sahel, Burkina Faso, Niger, and Mali. That's a new kind of thinking geopolitically. And we need to support that strongly. So I think that the revolution in Sahel needs to be studied carefully. We need to extract all the propaganda around the revolution and look scientifically what's happened in good, what we need to correct, because if we don't try to be on the way of self-critics, we will not be able to win this struggle and this revolution.
Thank you. Now, for the last couple of days, we've heard a lot going on in Côte d'Ivoire.
Same example.
Right?
Same example. There is propaganda.
Exactly.
And my problem is, I don't want to cut you all, my dear sister, but you know, this struggle is real. I was put in jail 4 times for this struggle. If we want to win, we need to spread real information.
Yeah.
But when people say, yes, there is a coup d'etat in Ivory Coast, you know, and it's not happened, that's not good information.
No.
You got me? And my problem is some forces are spreading a lot of bad information for manipulate the grassroots. And that's not good. We don't need that.
No.
You got me? Yeah. And that's for this reason that at the end of this period of time, I think that they will have a certain line. It will be not the West, and one more time, it risks to be not the East too. Because if the struggle is to make propaganda against the other, and the other make propaganda against the other, after that, nobody will be able to know exactly what's happened. There is a real revolution in this area. We want, and I will not lie about that, I want to shut down, I want to break down the president of Ivory Coast because he's one of the main figures of neocolonialism in the region. But if we say bad information, we don't help us. No. We help the other. That's my point.
It's very hard trying to get the right information throughout the continent, basically, because the information that we're getting is not from ourselves, but from them.
You resume exactly the situation. The information, what's happened right now with AI, artificial intelligence, you will see some people, they don't speak English or they don't speak French, but with AI, you think that they speak. Sometimes that's not their own speech, but that's some country who creates speech and we spread. I think that we don't realize what's happening right now. And for me, it's dangerous.
Yeah, AI is very dangerous.
It can be a good helper of our struggle, definitely, you know. And for sure, if I use AI, it will be better than when I speak English, for sure. But the reality is, even with our imperfection, it's better to be in the real way, instead of to be in the way of manipulate people and give bad information. That's my big problem with this situation. We need a real revolution. We are doing a real revolution. I will not spread to you some information that I don't do. That's not interesting, because after the time is the other name of God. After the time, people will realize that if I give you bad information, propaganda, people will say, but they were lying to us. You got me?
Absolutely.
So I think that we need to be clear about communication, about information, and about the revolutions that we are trying to do. That's a real struggle, not a game.
Exactly. So I'm going to take you back to the Sahel Alliance. Is the Mali, Burkina, and Niger Alliance a step towards true African sovereignty or a short-term reaction?
I think that it's a true step toward African sovereignty, but in the same time, it's a reaction to something.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we need to be clear and honest about that. And I think that definitely it will be a true step toward African sovereignty if and only if we are able to be self-critic about some of our action need to be correct. You got me? I think that we can do better in many ways. I think that even if there is a real war against us in this region, terrorism is a weapon of the enemy. You know, they manipulate some people who act like proxy of imperialists behind the war of terrorism. I think that we cannot speak about African sovereignty if we don't speak about social justice. And the problem is the revolution cannot be only the problem is the other. The problem is the Western. Definitely that's the problem, the main problem. But if you only say that, but we are not able, and I put me on this table about that for critical, you know, for critic myself. If we are not able to try to resolve the problem of social injustice, we will not be able to win, because the people that we want to give freedom, they will be at the end of the story against us if we are not able to give them the possibility to live better. Revolution is in two ways. Way of self-determination, way of resist against colonization, but it's also way of social justice, solidarity, empowerment of the youth, empowerment of the women. You got me? If we are not able to take care seriously about all these issues, we will not win.
Yeah.
So there is a lot of emotion around what's happened in this region. It's very important. Me, everybody know my responsibility on all this happen. Me, everybody know my role and the role of movement in this revolution. And we assume entirely what's happened. But we say we need to be on the way of social justice. And we need to be very efficient on the way of self-critics. That's very, very, very important. Because if we don't do that, we will become what we wanted to fight. That's important.
I get you. So we have to look within ourselves.
Yeah, definitely.
And okay, I got you. So now I'm going to take you to DRC. What's really happening in the DRC? And who benefits from the ongoing chaos that we hear?
Long time ago, to use proxy for destabilize this region. And the main proxy of that was Paul Kagame. But we cannot say that the only problem of DRC is Paul Kagame. Without say that there was a lot of corruption inside the Congolese authority. And today still there is some problem inside Congolese authorities that we need to say. That's what exactly I try to explain all the time. When we speak about a political situation, we need to have the global map, not one part of the situation. We need to analyze everything happening, what is happening. You got me?
Yes.
And so there is not destabilization of DRC without the responsibility of the Congolese elites first, and the responsibility of Paul Kagame. And I think that what the president of Congo is doing right now, when he says that he wants a big deal with America because he understood that America wanted to be inside the exploitation. I made some critics about that because I said that I had the problem with the fact that the resources belong to Congolese people. They don't belong to America, they don't belong to China, they don't. But I heard some information from the Congolese authority who says that the better way to stop destabilization is to give a fair deal to everybody as partnership for respect, try to respect the life of Congolese. I'm not agree with that, but I heard the argument. I'm not agree with that, but I say exactly what I heard.
Yeah.
I think that geopolitically, DRC is the heart of Africa. And if we are not able to stop what's happened, we will not be able to be on the way of self-determination on the continent, definitely. So we need to continue to work. We will organize a summit, a Congolese summit, a Pan-African summit at the end of June for the anniversary of Patrice Lumumba. And we will talk about many issues. We will try to invite my brother Umar Johnson, the grandson of Nelson Mandela and Kosi Mandela. Maybe the daughter of Malcolm X, Ilyasa Shabazz. We will bring all of them in Congo, my organization, and in partnership with some people who believe in us inside the authority, even if they know that we make some critique about some question of governance, you know, and we will see what's happened. Definitely.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah.
So this is my last question, and this is on Africa's future. What kind of future do you see for Africa? And what must we do now to get there?
We need to fight.
No, more fighting.
We need to fight.
Yeah.
We need to believe in ourselves. We need to act on the way of solidarity. We need to make a reinvention of the black love and a readaptation in this 21st century. We need to destroy the question of war between ethnicity, different ethnicity. We need to stop jealousy between ourselves, between each other, excuse me. I think that we need to understand that we cannot wait everything from our president, but we need to act by ourselves, you know. And the civilized society is a real power in my mind in Africa. But the civilized society needs to know what is his real power.
Yeah.
And we need to give more possibility to an African woman to take responsibility. Not because you are better than us. There is some criminal women, there is some criminal men. That's not the problem. But I think that we know what is the history of our continent. We know the matrix of humanity. And if we know where we come from the belly of the black woman, we need to give the possibility to the black woman to act as the co-creator of this world. So politically, we need to give possibility to them to take responsibility. Black men need to deeply understand what manhood, black manhood means. You know, let's not only go to the gym, that's so easy. But if you go to the gym, you put oil on your body, but you are not able to work for the freedom of your people, that's not manhood, you know? The real manhood is to build for your people, defend your people, stand for your people, denounce what's happened outside and inside. That's the real black manhood in my mind. And I will finish with that. I insist, nobody in this world love black people. That's not real. The majority, there is exception, of course. But everywhere I go in the world, there is anti-black racism. Everywhere. Even in the country who says that they support black people. I was in Turkey, there is a few times. I have a strong connection with some people in Turkey at a high rank, high level. But the racism that I see toward black people in Turkey is real. Russia, same thing. Yeah. What I need to make like clarification is that I hate when America give lesson of anti-racism to the world, because America is the center, gravity center of the anti-black racism, definitely. But the people who, the nation who stand as resistance against the imperialists of America, when I see what's happened inside the country to other people, I say, we need to be careful. So I hope that in the future, black people will deeply understand that the only real friend of black people is ourselves. Definitely.
Definitely.
Thank you.
You've just heard from one of our outspoken Pan-African voices of our time, Kemi Seba. Thank you very much for giving us this opportunity, talking to us, and I hope you have a lovely African Liberation Day.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for joining in. This is your Pan-African show called AfreeQa with your host Qetselawork. Thank you.
Thank you.